country. But is there any other skills they have? They don't, right? This is the only thing they can do. So they are willing to be trafficked to another country doing the same business with lower pay. Okay? So what we want to look at in this research, and we actually, since we're filling the gap for the research, so what we're looking at, is there any factors would affect the demand of labor trafficking in Eurasia and Americans? And how can the demand of labor trafficking be reduced? And why we're looking at Eurasia and Americas, I'm going to explain that to you guys later. Because Eurasia and Americans is the only two regions we can find sufficient data. I have to say that because this data is really hard to find. Very few governments is willing to report their trafficking situations. You know, all the data we get is actually from the UNODS, the United Nations Office of Drug and Crime. Okay, I always forget the name for that. So it's from a UNODS, and all the data we have here, you can see this graph we have is a summary about prosecuted trafficking cases. Those are the cases on file, okay? Those are the cases you can find exactly law reports about them, okay? And the total number for them, for 10 years, it was only 1,292 cases for the entire world. But the real estimated number is over 100,000. So there was only 1% of cases has been reported, actually. Okay? And then we can see sex trafficking is the largest group. And but when we look at the victims, when we look at the number of victims, story changed, right? Labor become the largest group, right? So actually the labor market demand more numbers of forced labor than sex market, okay? And so this is the reason why we want to study about labor trafficking, because there's not many research about them, and also why we want to study about Americas and Eurasias, okay? And then, so we look over this entire 1,292 cases. My student did it, and she spent her entire month to read all the cases. She's amazing. You know, she read all the cases, all the law reports, and she comes out with the summary about them. Okay, and we comes out with the 4 factors, common factors in most of the labor trafficking cases. So the first one is unemployment rate. And this unemployment rate is actually has a really interesting story here, because unemployment rate has different impact in Eurasia and America. So in Eurasia, when unemployment rate is high, think about it in the common sense. If unemployment rate is high, what happened to the human trafficking cases? If we couldn't find more people to be hired, not more people to be hired, if there's a lot of people losing job in this country, do we still need those foreign labor come in? No.